afternoon, or should I say good evening?
Yes, hi everyone. Tonight is all about how to learn something new, thrive in a digital world, and ultimately inspire others by building something of your own. Hi everyone, my name is Emelie. I'm originally from the Philippines. I'm a happy wife to this handsome guy. Proud mom of one. I'm a special ed teacher by profession. And what else?
Yeah,
And it's your turn.
it's my turn. Yeah, my name's Mike. Excuse me, originally from Manchester, England, and we now reside here in Atlanta, Georgia. And we are traditional business owners and extremely proud online business owners.
Yes, amen to that. And today actually is very productive, if you want to say, because since the beginning of this morning, our leads are coming in. Like when I woke up this morning, 4:30 in the morning, and actually I got up 4:45 because I was a little bit tired, but I told myself I'm going um to wake up every single morning a little early to do some business work, because that's how you succeed in the online business.
That's right. Yeah, just to step out of your comfort zone and do a few extra things.
Yes, because it's not peachy. Everything that you see from us, from Mike and I, it did we did not wake up like this. It comes with consistency, hard work, discipline, if you want to say, lots of prayers, of course. So, we would like to talk a very special topic today, things that you didn't know about me and about Mike.
Yeah, so that kind of rolls into the things you don't know about us, the things that you don't see behind the scenes, and kind of we wanted to give you a little background of where we come from and how we've got to where we are today, and maybe some parts you can relate to and maybe some you can't.
Yeah, it can be a longer version. So wherever you are tuning from or watching from, or whether you are going to catch the replay of this, grab a cup of coffee if it's morning already in your time zone, or some wine if it's night.
Yeah, or if it's morning, maybe you want some wine in the morning too, who knows?
Yes, or beer, like in UK. We went there,
Yeah.
and early in the morning, everyone is already holding a pint.
That's right. Yeah, washing your breakfast down with a pint.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
So,
So let's go back. Let's reel back the years, and we'll start just from when I came over to the States, which was, I've been here for now 35 years in America. Came over to play. As maybe some of you know, I'm a musician, I'm a drummer, and came over and played in various different scenarios, should we say. I was on the road with a couple of bands. I was playing in a place called Branson, Missouri, which was known as the live music capital of America, because there's theaters down all the roads. So anyway, I was out there playing, and then I hooked up with Disney Cruise Line when they were bringing out their ship, and I worked on Disney's Disney Magic, which was their first cruise ship. Did a contract with them, so that was great fun, of course, working for Disney. And then I got the job in Florida, because that's where the ship was out of when I got off the ship. I found a job with Legends in Concert, which was on a casino ship, and it would go out of port like twice a day, 7 days a week. They had this impersonation show on there, and I was playing on there, and I did that for 8 or 9 years. So that was a fun gig. But somewhere, I don't know what part it was, maybe halfway through it, Disney brought out their Disney Wonder, their second cruise ship, and they asked me to go and do another contract on there because I'd done a lot of Beatles stuff, and they wanted to do a Beatle tribute show on there. So I did a 4-month contract with that one, and then I got off that ship on Sunday, and Monday I was back on the Legends in Concert. show. So I've been playing an awful lot, but then I thought, well, maybe I need to get a real job. So because obviously with a musician, if you don't play, you don't get no money.
Yeah.
So I figured I better get a real job. So I got a job as a musical instrument rep in the corporate world.
So, but before you continue with that, I'm just gonna interview you. Maybe your story, we feature your story today.
There you go.
Yeah, just your story, because it's gonna be too long if we do together. Yes, no, but you mentioned a lot about you went from one gig to another, but those are fun stuff. So what are the things that you can share to our viewers or followers, that because it's not always peachy, if you want to say, in the music world? So share us about.
Well, yeah, the thing with the music world is, yes, it is fun. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot of fun. Of course, you're working at the other end of the clock. It's mainly nighttime stuff that you're doing. And you do short amounts. Of course, you don't see all the rehearsal and all that stuff and the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You might only see, if you're seeing a show, you see a 2-hour show or an hour and a half show, and that's all you see. But the downside of it is that you're constantly looking for the next gig.
Yeah.
Because normally in music business, you don't know how long it's going to last. I was lucky that I had the Legends in Concert gig for 8 or 9 years. But you just never know, because maybe somebody, if it's a show that you're playing, maybe somebody new comes in under the entertainment and they want to put something different in, and guess what? You're all out. Even though you could do the job, they're going to get rid of you and bring in new people. So it's a tough business to be in. You're either not making any money, or there's that middle road, or you're super famous. I guess I was on that middle road. I was making kind of a living. I wasn't making a ton of money, but I was making enough to survive and pay the bills, I guess. But it was an easy life. I had all day to do what I wanted to do. I'd go on. In fact, when I was on Stirling Casino, because it was 7 days a week and it was 2 shows a day.
Yeah.
Obviously, one person can't do them all. And we had 4 drummers. So, and I was running the drum chair. So I was able to pick which ones I did. So I used to do, I think it was 6 or 7 shows a week. And then the other drummers picked up the other stuff.
Okay.
So as I say, it was, when I was on the ship, it was like 11 o'clock when it would leave port. So you'd have to be on the ship before then. And it'd come in at 4 o'clock and then go out again at 7 o'clock till midnight.
Okay. So you said that after one day you woke up and you said that, oh, maybe I should find a real job. Why did you say that? And what made you think that what you were doing is not a real job?
Well, I guess, what would I have been then? I was probably 40 years of age. And I'm thinking to myself, well, because as a musician, there's no pension plan or anything. And I was, yes, I was making reasonable money, but I was never putting anything away. So I thought, well, I'm 40, 41. Maybe I should look at getting something that has got some kind of benefit so I can work for the next 25 years with this said company and retire and have a nice pension at 65.
Yes.
How did that work out for you? Is that the next question?
So how did that work out for you?
Well, great question. It's
but before you answer that, what type of real job did you land?
Well, it was in the music business, but instead of being on the playing side, I was actually a rep for the distributor and manufacturer, and it was actually the biggest company in the United States at the time. And it was a great company. They were all about building relationships, which is what I was all about. I really like working with people, so it was all about getting to know people and getting out and about and spreading the good word. And it was basically selling drums and cymbals and musical instruments. So it was right down my street. You know, I was getting paid for setting up drums and tuning them up and building displays and talking about the product. So it wasn't really a job. But then it was
They were saying that if you hi Bernadette, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, they said if you really love your job or what you are doing, you don't really work.
That's right.
And it seems like you enjoy that job.
Yeah, I did. I did. But then I forget what it was that came along, and there was a bunch of layoffs. I think, would that have been 2008 when there was a bunch of layoffs and cutbacks and stuff?
Yes. I remember the economy crash during that time.
Yeah. And needless to say, we all got laid off. But the director of sales said, as soon as we get the comeback, the word to come back, you're going to be the first I call. So it's like, yeah, sure. That's what they always say. So I ended up getting the gig actually at Epcot then. So I was playing at Epcot, Disney's Epcot there with the British Invasion, which was a great gig, and enjoyed that. And then it was probably 3 years later, I get a call from the company that I'd worked with. Hey, do you want to come back? We want to make you the lead guy of our team. So, okay, so the money was really good, and the Epcot gig was coming to an end. So it's like, yeah, okay, why not? So I jumped back into it. And I think it was shortly after I joined the company back, or maybe it was just before I joined them back, another company, guitar company, had bought the company that I was working for. And it had turned it from a relationship-based business into a get the numbers, and if you can't, we'll find somebody that can. And that wasn't, I'm not a high pressure sales guy or anything.
Oh, we have a lot of viewers. They are interested in about things you didn't know about Mike. So intermission. We originally said that we are going to share our stories, but I think we decided that we just do yours.
Part 1 and part 2. So this is part 1, I guess, because mine's got so many twists and turns. It's going to take us a while to get through it.
Yes, and okay. So what happened then?
So so it went to this company, and as I say, they ended up breaking the company up and selling different parts of it off, and it just wasn't the same company. Needless to say, I left that one, and then I went working on the cruise ships, playing drums. So I was out again, back to playing. Every time I would have a hiccup in something, I'd always fall back on my playing, because I always had that in my back pocket, if you want to say. So what did I do after that? Oh, I finished with that. I was coming up to the end of the contract, and somebody that I'd worked with reached out to me and said, hey, we need somebody for the Southeast, Florida, Tennessee, and all that, for a rep. Are you interested? And it's like, well, I'm on this cruise and it ends in January, I think it was the end of the contract. And they said, yeah, well, we don't need you till January anyway. So it's like, okay, worked out great. I went and worked for them, and I was out doing all this audio stuff, which I didn't really know an awful lot about, but they knew what I could do. So I was working with them, and I worked with them for I don't know how long it was. And that's when you and I met.
Well, prior to that, I know that you also work with the car company.
The car company?
No, Nissan?
Nissan? Did I work with Nissan?
Yeah, you were doing the cars for a short period of time. You forgot about that.
I forgot about that one. That's how many things I've been doing.
Yeah, so
oh yes, I do remember that.
Yeah,
one.
see, yes. I remember about it.
Yeah, that was in South Carolina, not South Carolina,
North Carolina. And you were getting paid really big on that. Actually, it's a decent money. You were living in a, shall we say, high-end apartment during that time. But what made you quit that job? I know you were not laid off in that job, but you gave up your high-paying job during that time.
I think it was to go back to playing, because it was, again, I'm not into high pressure sales, as I say, and I think car sales and stuff.
So is that why you're doing our online business? Because it's not
yeah, it's not. It's all about relationship building, which is what I love to do. I love to just talk to people and help them and give them advice, and that's kind of what I was doing with the other company. That was the relationship with the musical instruments. It was going out, sharing the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
telling them what I know about the product,
Yeah.
and comparing it to other stuff. And that's basically kind of what we're doing now. We like to share information with the people that are interested and see if it's a fit for you. And
Yeah.
that was the same with that. So that it
Yeah.
kind of relates together.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when you were laid off one time in Florida. So how do you feel during that time wherein you, because I know how you are. You are very, when you are working, you're 100% all in the job that you are doing. And I saw you. I first like like firsthand that I can tell that you were such an honest, hardworking person, and that whatever you do, you always put your 100% into your job. But I also witnessed when you were laid off. So what, how do I say that? What was going through your mind during that time?
Well, that's, you're right in that. Whenever I worked for somebody, I would give it 100%. I would do everything possible that I could do. I was working crazy hours, doing everything I possibly could to do the job right. And that's one of the lessons I learned. No matter how much you work for somebody, they don't care less. At the end of the day, if they don't need you for something, or they go in a different direction, or whatever their excuses they come up with, they're going to tell you, hey, thanks very much, but you're done. And you've just given your heart and soul to this company, whichever one it may be. So, yeah, it's very disappointing. And I always wanted something of my own. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I can buy and sell instruments. But, again, you've got to either have a big warehouse to store them in, because obviously instruments can be big. You've got to have a lot of money to outlay to buy all that stuff before because they're not going to just give it to you.
Yeah.
You've got to buy it all, and then you've got to try and sell it. So, it's like, well, no, that's not going to work. And I wanted something that I wasn't stuck to one place. Obviously, like all the jobs I've had, I've had to be there to do it. Whether it was the first musical instrument job and I was setting up drums, I had to physically be there. I couldn't do it on the phone. I couldn't do it on a computer. I had to be there.
Yeah.
Same with the playing. I had to be there. If I wasn't there playing, guess what? I'm not making no money.
Yeah.
And same with the cars. If I'm not there on the car showroom floor selling cars, you're not making anything.
Yeah, and I also remember that you were taking a lot of trips, like you were driving like crazy all the time in your job. So how was it, like being in that kind of job wherein you're kind of free to go wherever you want to go, but not, because you still have to report to your boss. You still have to do all the reports at the end of the night. And I remember you will be working. We will be eating like 7 o'clock for just a short break, and then you go back to the computer to do all those work. So,
yeah, and I think that comes back down to, yes, you're working all the time, because in the corporate world, that's exactly right. You're out. You've got to drive from here to wherever, and I would be driving to different states. So you'd either have to leave super early in the morning to get there to do all your appointments throughout the day. And then, yes, like you say, at the end of the day at 6 o'clock, let's just say, then you think, okay, well, I'll go and get something to eat. So you go and get something to eat. And then when you get back to the hotel room, it's not put your feet up and let me watch TV now. Then you've got to do your reports on all the accounts you've visited.
Yeah.
And prepare for the following day for all them accounts that you're going to visit then. And maybe you've got another few-hour drive to another state.
Yes.
So it's not just a 9 to 5. It's more, I think somebody the other day had pointed, they put 9 to 5, but then in brackets, it was more like 7 to 9, 7 in the morning to 9 at night. So you're putting a lot of hours. And again, you put all those hours in and you think, hey, I'm going to be a key player in this company. But then at the end of the day, if they're done with you, or there's cutbacks, or AI is coming along, or especially in the musical instrument business now, there's not as many reps as there used to be. because it's so expensive to have them on the road. So now everything's online. They just go online and it's found.
But you, I don't think you answered the question earlier. I was asking how did you feel, or what was going through your mind when you were laid off, and in yourself that you are giving 100% in your job, and you have all the awards. I saw all your awards for being the most valuable employee in the company, and then you were laid off.
Yeah, and well, yeah, I think maybe I'd kind of answered it, but maybe not. But yeah, you feel disappointed because you've put all your time and effort into it, into that job, and you've done well, and you've been successful, and you still let go.
Yeah.
And it's like, and again, there was somebody on, we were watching their masterminds, and they were like one of the best in the world at what they were doing. And she got laid off. So after 35 years, I wasn't anywhere close to being that long with one company, but this person was 35 years and still got laid off. So it doesn't matter how long you've been with the company, how good you are, how great you are at your job. It's not secure these days. So the only thing you've got to do is try and find something for yourself, even if it's just a little side hustle. And at least you've got something. I had my plane to fall back on at the time. So if a job didn't fit well with me, I'm one of these that if a job doesn't fit well, I'm just going to leave it, because I'm not doing myself a favor. I'm not doing them a favor.
And I know also that if you are not happy to your job, I know that for a fact that even though you are making good money in a company, and if you're not happy, if you are not satisfied, if you don't like what the boss are doing in the company, you're just gonna say, oh, this is not for me.
Yeah. And even kind of recent, there was a company I was working with, and it's under different management. It used to be a family-owned business, and now it's no longer, and just a totally different vibe. So
when you say vibe, so how do you like I know you mentioned earlier that that's one thing that you really love, is to help people and to be honest really to people. So this online business that you are doing right now, so how do you relate that value that you are holding dear to your heart?
Well, the thing is, again, I'm super honest, maybe too honest to a bad level, maybe. I tell everything, whatever you want to know, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, and sometimes I would be like, because I am the living proof of that, because when he used to work from home, like of course with the boss and all that, and he needs to nip out to the dentist or whatever, dermatologist for a short period of time, and he would be like, oh, I need to call my boss because I'm going to the doctor. And I was like, you're at home, you're working from home, why do you have to call your boss?
Yeah, but that's just who I am. So, but what I relate to doing the online business is that I can be upfront. I'm talking about something that is legit, and I can tell you obviously about the growth and the potential.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not where we want to be yet, but we're growing and we're learning each and every day. So the support system is there. Everybody is there to support you. Yes. Unlike with a corporation, if you're working for a corporation, all your boss is concerned about is hitting their numbers, whatever it may be. And their boss is concerned about your boss hitting their numbers. So, and so on and so on, up to the top.
Yeah.
So if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that all trickles down to everybody out in the field.
Yeah. Whereas in this online business,
nice segue, everybody's out to support you. Nobody's there saying, hey, you've not done 5 calls today, or you've not done this today, or you've not done that. It's all up to you how quick or how slow you want to do the business. Everybody, if you've got a problem, you can call anybody. I mean, obviously, we'd be the people that you'd reach out to because we'd be your mentors. But there's so many out there that you can reach out to. Like you have friends in England, Australia, all over
Yeah,
the place.
UK.
The UK, yeah. So the difference is that you've got that support group where, and everybody's going to feel down or out of line or something, or you run into a problem or something. And to have somebody that you can reach out to and go, hey, what can I do about this? And they give you some feedback on how you can do it. And maybe and then they'll have every week there's a call, and it's what's it called?
Like the business meeting.
No,
or the mastermind.
Yeah, mastermind. And it's very uplifting and
inspirational
and and supportive. And this is the top guys who set this whole plan up, and they're all there every week supporting you.
And they are gazillionaires.
Yeah, they don't need to be doing it. They could be sat at their nice house overlooking lake, whatever it is, sipping the wine and just kicking back, collecting checks. But they don't. They give ideas, they share things with us. And if you're working for a corporation, if you have a webinar or a conference call, it's probably from somebody up in the higher ranks that are ready to chew you up.
Yeah, and they can. And then in that kind of situation, you cannot really direct message those people. Here in this online business. Actually, you can just text them. We have a platform that we can directly message them, and they are there. Imagine that, like, they have really big heart.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about what you say. Unlike if you're working with a corporation, if I was to send a text or an email to the CEO of a company I worked with, and I said, "Oh yeah, I really don't like this or that, but I don't this or whatever it is I'm saying," then I've got a mark against my name. And they'll be watching you every second of the day. And the first opportunity they get, hey, there's cutbacks. Sorry, Mike, you're done.
Yeah.
So you can't really voice your opinion. You don't really have any say. And a lot of the times now it's all about get the numbers. And if you can't, well, find somebody that can.
Yeah.
And that's if you're in a sales type role. But even if you're not in a sales role, I think they just keep, if you're in an administrative role, maybe there was 4 of you working in the office. Now there's only 2 of you, and they've piled extra work on you. And it's like, okay, you can't leave until you've got all these invoices done.
Yeah. So how do you differentiate that from this online business? Saying everything that you just said about having a corporate job or, a 9-to-5 job.
How would I differ? Well, the first thing, 9 to 5 or 7 to 9. First and foremost is we do this at our own pace.
Yes.
We can do this at our own time. If we want to come on, do an hour in the morning, then go out and walk around the mall or go to walk to the lake or whatever we want to do, we can do that. The second thing is there's nobody on top of you giving you this, pushing you down and pushing you and putting a lot of stress on you, wanting more and wanting more and wanting more. This is your own business. So the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, and you're not making somebody else rich. Because have you ever seen these companies that say, hey, donate, do you want to donate $1? And do you want to donate this? And that company's going to say, hey, yeah, they get the recognition. They don't say, thanks to all our customers for donating this extra $1. It's whatever the name of the company could be, whether it's Kroger or Publix or whoever. I don't know. But whoever's collecting the money, they're the ones that get the praise for it, not the people that are struggling and have said, yes, I'll give you an extra $1 on my check today. Yeah. So the great thing about this is, I say, you get the praise for your business because it's your business. So the more work you put into it, yes, the rewards are going to come back to you.
Yeah, you also mentioned earlier that you always have a side hustle that you can fall back into just in case that you get laid off or you lose your job. And you tried so many side hustles in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And you can give some examples of them. And you can also, and why are you sticking now to this online business? As for you is, I don't know if you call it side hustle, or I don't know if you can call it your, I don't know how you call it.
Main hustle.
main hustle,
Well,
or
yeah, and hopefully we've kept everybody. Hopefully everybody's still watching, and we're not boring you to death with my life story.
no,
here.
I don't think so. We have quite a few, how do you call it, viewers, but I cannot see the name for some reason. So thank you guys for those of you who are listening and watching
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sharing Mike's journey
So,
before
Oh.
he landed in this online business and why he is now sticking to it.
so I think the question was about why.
Yeah, like,
what other side hustles? have
yeah,
I done?
you said that you had quite a few side hustles in the past, and what happened to those side hustles? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there, or especially the hardworking immigrants, that every single one of us who came from different countries around the world, we always have at least one or two jobs, or we call them side hustles.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier on, when I was in the music business, in the corporate side of the music business, and I thought about buying and selling stuff and all that. So I thought, I love to sell stuff and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So maybe I can do some kind of buying and selling. So one of them was we tried doing the, I guess what you call it, a flea market type thing. And we'd go out and find stuff to buy and take it there and try and sell it. But of course, you've got to pay rent for a booth to be wherever it is you're going to do it. We'd end up making probably
a
few dollars. After we pay the rent, it'd be like, we got $20, so let's go and have lunch, and that was it. And we'd be there all day long. So, you know, and we tried it, and we did it for quite a while. And we tried different locations. There was one where we had to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because it was an outdoor thing. I think it was a drive-in movie place. We'd get there by 4 o'clock, I think, or 5 o'clock in the morning, and we'd get in line, wait to get in, and then we'd get in the place, and it'd be pitch black still. And we'd lay our tarp down, put our canopy up, and lay all our goods out. It'd be freezing cold. I'd say to Emily, you stay in the car and I'll get out there. And I'd go out there and lay everything out, jump back in the van. It was ridiculous. And again, you make $100. So you're not going to get rich and become retired on that kind of money. And plus, guess what? We have to be there. If we're not there, we're not selling nothing.
Yeah.
And if we don't have anything to sell, so we've got to go out and find the stuff to sell. So again, everything that I'm telling you now related to us having to physically be there, whether it's me playing the drums, or whether it's me as a musical instrument rep, or whether it's out doing the side hustle, doing the flea markets. We have to physically be there. And we were trying to think of what can we do, something together, because we both wanted to do something, but we just didn't know what. What can we do that is we can do together, but we can do anywhere? And I was thinking maybe we can do some kind of online, what do you call it, reseller thing?
Yeah, the buying and selling. Yeah, I remember we were building a big storage here in our yard.
Yeah, we're going to have a big storage built, and let's buy all this up. But again, you've got to have a big capital to buy all this stuff, to put it in there, and just everything involved us either being there. And if we wanted to, obviously you're from the Philippines, I'm from England, we want to go over and visit our friends and family. And you can't really go just for a week, although we did just go to England for a week. It was kind of short, but we're about to go to the Philippines. And we'll be gone for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So
yes. So now you had all those side hustles in the past, and now this online business. And you always said in the past that if there's one thing that we can do, and I remember that, you know, I remember you always say, if there is one thing that we can do that is high ticket.
Yeah. If there's something we can do that we could take with us wherever we go, and it was a high ticket, you don't have to sell thousands and thousands of things.
Just like the coffee shop.
Like the coffee shop even. Yeah, even the coffee shop, you're selling $4, $5 drinks. if you've got a $3,500 a month rent, how many cups of coffee do you have to? You can get your calculator out and just figure that out. How many cups of coffee at $5 a piece do you have to sell to get $3,500 just for your rent? Then you've got employees, you've got their salary, then you've got to buy product, and then you've got to pay gas and electric. The list goes on. So, you know, and you're committed, you've got to be there again.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot what the question was.
So no, we are just relating the coffee shop to the high ticket, because you were always saying if we can only find something that will generate.
Oh yeah.
You know,
in fact, here's a good thing. If we go to the flea market and we're trying to sell a $3 shirt to somebody that we've paid $1 for and we're going to make $2, we might have to put as much work into trying to sell that shirt as we do just explaining to somebody, hey, about this online business.
Yeah.
But this is way more financially better off.
Yeah.
So it's where do you want to, it's kind of, you're going to do the same amount of work, if maybe less, I don't know, but you're going to put the same amount of effort into whatever it is you're doing, just like I pour my heart and soul into everything I do. So do you want to do something that you're going to reap the rewards and good rewards for, that is going to give you a better lifestyle? Or do you want to do something that's going to make you a few dollars? I know what I want to do. I want to do something that's high ticket and just boom, away you go and you make some good money.
Yes.
And the great thing is as well, we're not buying no stock inventory or anything like that. We're not selling to friends and family. There's no selling involved. We're not.
It's taken care of by the system.
Yeah, and again, there's no real selling per se because
no traditional selling.
Yeah, because you're actually attracting people that are like-minded, like we are, and sparks an interest and says, "Hey, maybe I could look at something like that." And then they look and they see, and we show them the program, and they go, "Yeah, count me in." Boom, away you go.
Yes. So tomorrow we have the business meeting. So before we wrap this up, is there anything that you would like to share to our viewers about, the online business?
Yes. Obviously, throughout my trials and errors of everything that I've done since 35 years, since being in the States, I've just retired. I'm 65. I don't have a huge pension. So I don't want to be going to work for somebody else and have somebody else tell me, hey, go and do that, go and stack that shelf, go and do this, or numbers. I don't want to do that. I can't deal with that anymore. So I've got to have something for myself that we're in control of. We can do it whenever we go. Like we even go to the Philippines, it's coming with us. We don't have to lose contact with anybody. So if you're looking for a side hustle, take control, do something for yourself. Not for somebody else. Do something that can go with you, not something where you've got to be present everywhere you go, like playing drums or guitar or whatever. It's great, if you do it for some fun. But if you play the guitar somewhere and you don't show up, guess what? You don't get paid.
So how do they start though?
Real simple. Drop us a line. You can either drop us a line and just say, I'm in. And there's no commitment, by the way.
Or ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, want to know more. Say whatever you want. We'll get back to you. We love to do a video call so we can obviously talk and find out what your goals are and what you're looking for to see if this is even a fit for you. The great thing is it doesn't cost you anything to actually take a look at the business. It may not be a fit for you, which is okay. If it's not, it's not. But it doesn't cost you a dime to look at. I wish that was the case with everything that we've done in the past, because everything we've done is shelling out money and shelling out. There's no, hey, can we try it for a month? No, you can't. Okay, use $30,000 to buy these coffee machines and see how it goes. Guess what? It doesn't go. Where's your 30 grand?
And what about if they just live around us, like near us here in Atlanta?
Yeah, well, awesome. If you live close by, if you live in Atlanta, we will come and meet you somewhere, and maybe we'll even buy you coffee.
Yes.
We'll meet you, we'll have a cup of coffee, we'll talk, we'll tell you, answer any questions that you've got. Again, no commitment, just simple conversation to see if it's a fit and see if is something that'll fit with what you're currently doing. But just dip your toe in the water, see how it is. We'd love to meet you and have a cup of coffee.
All right. So there you go. Mr. Mike's journey. So those are the things that we never, or he never really talked in public. This is actually the first time that he did it. So thank you so much, Mr. Mike.
You're welcome. And I skipped over some as well, but
Yeah.
this is something that we can talk about when we meet. But you get the overview of what I've done and what journey I've been through. Part 2 is going to be Emelie's story.
Yeah.
So,
Or maybe the struggles, maybe that, or maybe my struggles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get, or I get to where I am right now. And yeah, it's not easy, but it's worth it.
maybe we can do that tomorrow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much to those of you who joined us tonight. I know there's a lot of you who were watching during this go live. Thank you so much. And we believe that Mike has given you some insights and inspired you, maybe. So if you are that person who can resonate with him, drop us a line, reach out to us. And
Oh, and by the way, if you are remotely interested, we do have a business meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just a conversation. It's just people that are interested in the business. You jump on a Zoom call and answer any questions that you want, but it'll give you a quick, brief overview of what the business is. You'll meet, there'll be other people, obviously, that are already in the business on that call. It's a great way just to dip your toe in and have a listen and see if it's something that might work for you. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, if you want to jump on that with us, shoot us a message.
We'll send you the link.
Yeah, and then we'll send you the link. So
thank you so much again, guys. And please don't forget to pray, because prayers
move mountains.
Thank you so much. And God bless everyone.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.